If you'd state your name and maybe how you knew her.
I'm Stella Sommer, and I live in the same building that she does. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this.
You can do it.
I realized how little I knew her because she's so involved in so many things, as you said, so many faceted, but I know that her family was first. She cared about a lot of things, but her family was vital to her. I know how much she loved him. And I don't know where she found the energy, but she was always going to the meetings, caring about things, doing doorbells, and she really did help to make it a better world. And I miss her.
I'm Eileen Satushik, and I've known Eleanor for about 6 years. I met her son Everett and his wife when we were all down at the Mother's March in Seattle in 2009 for Healthcare for All. Eleanor was really dedicated to a lot of different social causes, but particularly that everyone in the United States should have health care. And it seems like she was the most dependable volunteer, no matter how big or how small the event, even if it was just sitting at a table talking to a few people, she was there. And I'm going to miss her. I'm going to miss her sense of caring and her sense of justice for all.
To briefly say, I met Eleanor a few years ago on Larry Cowde's campaign for Congress, and I was coordinating the Whatcom County Volunteers, and she, like you said, was always available. Even though she didn't have a car or email, somehow she just answered the phone and got there. I mean, she was one of the regulars more than anyone else. It was just quite amazing, her dedication.
Hi, I'm Bruce Craig, a member of the Bellingham community. I knew Eleanor from the Peace Vigil especially, and I would like to offer one of my haiku poems.
Okay.
One drop of beauty lost in a sea of madness is seldom noticed, but I have to say that Eleanor added much more than one drop of beauty to this ocean of madness that we are in. And so she was very much noticed, and I'm really going to miss her.
Thank you.
I talked to Eleanor, and it feels best to me. Eleanor, you and I were bussers. That's where I saw you the most. Even though you made it to every single peace and justice event or occasion of any kind. If I got to a reading that had something to do with social justice, peace, love, at the Village Books, there you were. You got there early by yourself, sitting there. We had our best talks on the bus. I miss you so much.
My name is Diva. I considered Eleanor a friend. I wish that I would have known her longer. I appreciate the reminder this evening that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience.
My name is Bonnie Joy Barker, and I didn't know Eleanor very long, just since Occupy started and I started coming into town. And whenever I saw her, she was beauty. I mean, she just had that spark, and she just had an accepting way about her, and I miss her.
I'm Bob Burr, and I didn't know Eleanor that well either, but every time I would show up at any place where liberals in Bellingham would show up, there she would be, and she would smile at me and make me feel like I was welcome there.
Thank you.
I didn't know Eleanor very well, but I had a lot of admiration for her. I thought she looked like and I of her being kind and quite intelligent and very, very quiet lady, but when she spoke, she knew what she was talking about. I know some of her best friends. That's how we met. So I'm really glad to have met her.
Yeah, I knew Eleanor since she first came to Bellingham, and we did a lot together. And the last time I spoke to her was in May, but we were hoping to get together with another friend of ours, Heather, who lives in California, and some other people, and have a reunion. So it's just been a terrible shock to me, because I live in Tacoma part of the time. So, but we did so many things together. I'd go on and on. We miss her a lot, so.
Thank you, Heather.
I attended peace meetings with her. She'd show up at Village Books open mic, and she radiated peace, she radiated gentleness. And last Monday, I dedicated my open mic readings to her, and there are poems in the basket for you. Dedicated
Thank
to
you.
her.
Thank you.
As a reminder, there's a guest book over there. You can put your wishes for the family and write to Eleanor.
Hi, I'm George Jardis. I've known Eleanor for several years, and I've loved her. But she always gave such a meaning to the southern lovely southern lilting twang of hers. It was just really just beautiful. It was a bit of that.
My name is Janet, and I work at the Whatcom Peace and Justice Center, and I've been there for just over 2 years. And I think in that length of time, like Ellen said, Eleanor didn't miss a single educational event that we had, and she did almost always arrive early. And I did most of my organizing online, and I have no idea how she kept up with all of it. But at the end of the events, she would stay late, and she knew that I spent a lot of time on the computer, and so she would always leave me with a really probing question about either the presenter or something else that she'd come across in the week. And then the next time we would see each other, I would try to answer that question to the best of my ability, or give her an article that answered her question. And sometimes I think I did that to her satisfaction, and sometimes I think I really didn't. But I owe her one answer, and so I hope, you know, I'm not a very spiritual person, but I'd like to think that someday I'll be able to give it to her.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Charles Lawton, and it's exactly what Janet said. I mean, we would go to the Wednesday afternoon forums at Fairhaven College, and we would ride the bus back, and as we waited for the bus, she would always ask me, what did you think about that? Oh, I could never give her an answer that I really wanted to give her. And like Janet, I would like to, you know, go home and then write her back, but, you know, she didn't have email. But she always made the point to be there when it was needed. I really appreciate that.
And I'm Charlene Law, and I had some conversations with Eleanor, and I just remember how dedicated she was. She had a lot of grace, and the thing that was just really stood out for me was her beautiful silver hair and those beautiful piercing blue eyes, and I will miss seeing her.
Anyone else?
My name is Suzanne, and I know Eleanor because I'm living in the same building, and I always watch her, very busy, very caring, and always ready to talk to you. And she was always welcoming. And once she encouraged me to go because of the time, and sometimes I really didn't know about the schedule of marching. But one time I went with her and we were holding the panel, and I was holding the same panel that she had. That's why we don't try to have a friendly policy, foreign policy. And then we switch also our panels. I got hers and she got mine. And I have that picture with her. She always looked very classy, and she had poise.
I am Heather Mueller. I've been here in Bellingham for 14 years, and about 10 years I've known Eleanor. And I've also been, for many years, met with her on Fridays at the peace rallies for many years, during the years. And then with me living very close to her in Fairhaven, she and I went to many meetings at the book readings at the Village Books, and lots of other meetings and activities in Fairhaven and other activities in the last couple of years. And she also came to my apartments in different places where I lived and brought me also lots of nice casseroles and gifts and lots of nice clothes. We were talking about lots of nice, all kinds of clothes and gifts and things to this day. And I will miss her very, very much. She was such a very beautiful, beautiful lady. We will all miss her very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
I think she would have liked this very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mama really loved that one.